Ni låter nimmer fi. Vi har en libile från er radio noi zu rive goyali. May the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Abandoning your business or job in order to seek spirituality under the assumption that daily work is too earthly guarantees your material life stays entirely hollow. You are making a fundamental error when you treat business issues like supply problems, contract delays, or general business stress as meaningless distractions. The ancient text diagnoses this failure. In Kohelet, Ecclesiastes, it states, ומותר האדם מן הבהמה עין, כי הכל הבל. And human superiority over the animal is nothing, for all is nothingness. An animal acts solely to survive. Remove higher purpose from your daily issues or problems, and your business is no different. The structural flaw driving this split requires close examination. We define this internal mechanism as the restrictive force of the nefesh habehamit. Nefesh habehamit. Animal soul, or the animal part of soul. This mechanism processes daily realities through sheer survival and mental, materialistic gain, and spirituality is totally excluded. It views capital, money, as a mere biological fuel. Consequently, when a business leader operates through this mechanism, the working day becomes a blind consumption cycle. Every single issue, every single problem bleeds away your higher alignment. The business degrades into a heavy burden. Standard corporate advice tells professionals to find purpose outside of working hours. They tell you to surrender the working day to stress and reserve peace for the weekend. Weekends only. This superficial guidance guarantees failure because treating business as a necessary evil destroys the mind. It is terrible advice. Viewing commercial operations as a distraction turns the morning into a heavy burden. The brain fractures under the constant weight of avoiding reality. You are left exhausted, as you know firsthand, before noon. It is not even noon yet, and you feel exhausted. The tension wins. The hidden core of this system requires a total reversal. We must demand that the physical world itself becomes the exact target of our elevation. The physical world becomes our exact target of our elevation. Not some retreat in the Himalayan mountains. No, our business. This structural override is defined in the text. It states, Bayom hahu yeh Hashem echad u'shmo echad. In that day shall God be one and his name one, proving a unified reality. A massive unified system leaves zero room for empty spaces in your daily schedule. We must understand this. There is no outside space. The hardware required to execute this unified state is rigid and clear. We call this engine, this mind engine, Dira Batachtonim, a dwelling place in the lower worlds. A dwelling place in the lower worlds. Because it grounds reality. The physical law dictates that high voltage unity must be anchored in heavy, firm, physical limits. Physical limits. If God is one, the friction of daily deals become the necessary sealed container. A weak vessel shatters. A business leader uses the boundaries of spreadsheets as a solid base material. This anchors truth and spirituality. Truth and spirituality into hard physical existence. The working day requires a strict internal boundary in the mind. Panic hits the desk, an everyday reality during a contract negotiation. The instant the mind formulates an excuse to avoid a tense call, you halt the thought cycle immediately. The executive refuses to flee the commercial friction. Specifically, this conscious mental hard stop forces the pressure to build the required channel. The boardroom tension transforms into a solid vessel. Authority replaces fear. The boardroom tension dissipates and is replaced by authority. My internal focus must lock into a firm alignment. I must maintain this unwavering stance under heavy fire. I do not run my business just to survive the relentless demands of the week. I use the friction. I drag my highest values down into the hard reality by facing my commercial duties. I refuse to escape. I refuse to escape. I refuse to escape. Every signed contract becomes a grounded channel for truth. The fatigue of capital shortages, lack of money, a pressure we can share, we all share, is a massive weight. It triggers a specific fear. You will convince yourself that holding firm on internal focus will cost you the deal. You fear offending clients. This logic fails because avoiding the friction of daily work guarantees a weak, fragmented mind. Leaning into the pressure builds the bandwidth, the strength to handle greater loads. We must reject the quiet avoidance. The routine, and this is crucial, requires 0 new tasks added to your schedule. Nothing else to do. We do not add hours. Rather, you approach the same commercial duties through a firm mental state. You sign the same contracts and take the exact same supplier calls. You process them with clear intent of building a solid vessel for higher truth. Grounded authority strips away the panic. Your business becomes a channel. The unified reality merges the heavy burden of the physical world with highest intent. It changes everything. Business is no longer a dark space to escape from. It provides the solid ground required to make the ultimate connection real. We stop running from the tension and use it to build instead. The boardroom becomes a sanctuary The commercial operations is the true engine for spirituality, and not a Himalayan retreat in the mountains. Commercial operations is the true engine for spirituality. I wish you abundance in spirituality, in spiritual thoughts, right at your desk. May God send you blessings to you, to your business, and to your family. I'd like to thank you very, very much for listening. I truly and really appreciate it. Thank you. All the very best. Bye for now.